Hello again. It's been 3 years since last I talked to you about this truck. Uh, as you know, usual, life gets in the way sometimes. But it's always another project that holds things back. So I've probably worked on 20 things since the last I put this aside. But then it got really cold here for some reason. It doesn't usually get that cold. It got in uh, 10s, 15, 20s. Which usually is unusual for this time of year, especially it wasn't even winter yet, before the 21st. And then right around that time, it lasted for about a week. So I was like, well, this is the only thing I got in the garage, and I get stir crazy if I am doing something. So started working on it, and we're working on it for about 2 months straight. And now that I think about it, it was actually before that, but it did get cold at that time. Yeah. It had been pretty cold for a while, but not really. It got really anyway. Pretty boring, that stuff. But I wanted to give you a quick overview of what I have done to this since 3 years ago, and I feel like I've finally gotten past the hard part of it. Should be able to finish the job at this point. So I'll show you what I've done. Alright, so got the fenders on, didn't paint them because it's just wanted to go with the red and black look anyway, and it's hard enough to paint things in this cold, in this ratty garage. It's hard to keep warm, but I managed to do a lot to it. I got the seat recovered, painted the seat base, got the floor mat in. I got that from Rock Auto. If you want to save some money on a mat, buy from Rock Auto. They actually sell quite a few things for these trucks. Anything from 47 to 55 you can buy. ACC sells it. I think I paid about $150 delivered, which is pretty reasonable. Restored this steering wheel. I painted it with gray from Walmart. And got the horn button. The horn doesn't work yet, but get that fixed. And bought some really nice original cages for it. I have nice stuff on it. Painted all the dash. Got the headliner in. I just did that the other day. Got all the rubber in. Rubber pieces and stuff like that, and the back splash. Let's see if I got whatever the firewall pad. Restored the heater box. Got it working. That's a factory style. I don't know if it's not the deluxe one, but it's a simple one. Got a couple speeds. I got these are aftermarket hinges, which, from what I have gleaned, is not going to be fun to mess with. I did try to hang a door, and I had very little luck. So it might be. I saw some other people doing it, and you got to cut the shit out of this lower one, and I'm not looking forward to that, but we'll get her done eventually. Got a nice original gas tank back there that I was able to use. Got the running boards on. Painted the entire frame. Cleaned and painted everything. It's essentially a frame off restoration at this point. Changed those helper springs. They came off another frame I bought. I'll show you that in a little bit. This is a temporary exhaust for now, but it'll work. And you know, it could last for a while. It's really solid, but it's kind of in the way of the. Um, I'll probably want to have a spare under there, so I will need to get it moved eventually. But I was able to do that on my own with my own welder. I don't have any bending equipment, and I found these wheels and tires at Charlotte Auto Fair about, I don't know, well, 3-4 years ago. And I think it gave like $150 for them all. And they all hold air, and they have good tubes, and they didn't come with hubcaps, but you know, they got the nice color on the wheels, and they're all matching. And the matching tires even, which is unusual for these 16-inch. But they're just for now. I mean, I'll eventually buy some new tires, but first I need to get it running and driving. There you go. So, restored the glove box, put that in, painted all this. Just 2 colors from Walmart. So you can do a lot with low budget stuff. Although I have spent a fortune on parts. Oh my goodness. Don't start with a $100 truck. I mean, if you can help it, don't start with a $100 truck, because you're just gonna spin your wheels. You have to buy everything. Of course, now everything's gonna be new and pretty and beautiful, but it costs way more than most people would spend, I think. Put this grill on. Almost gave up on that, I swear. I mean, it was so hard. I don't, maybe these parts just don't fit right, but you know, you got to get 10,000. You got to get the inner fenders to line up, the regular fenders to line up, this thing to line up. Everything had to line up, and I still didn't do this too good. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I lined up real good here, but I don't know. I'll work on it. I'll probably take the grill off again eventually and maybe paint it. I only had one original bezel there. So if anybody's got a bezel they want to offer me, that'd be great. I'd like to have an original bezel. So anything I can do to save a few bucks. This motor, I changed the motor. Came off another frame. Turned out this was a 1949 motor. The small one, 217, I guess. And the one I had was locked up, or well, it's over there actually. But let's go over there in a minute and look at it. But that was the frame and the engine I bought with a good transmission. Whereas the original transmission I had was locked up as well, because it had been out in the rain for a long time. So I got it all wired, which that was worried me quite a bit. And once that was done, I felt like, all right, now I've finally gotten to the point where I can get this thing finished. I went to check the oil, and it had plenty of oil in it. It wasn't locked up. So I was like, all right, the guy told me it ran good. But he also didn't tell me that it had been outside in the rain for quite some time. So when I went to drain the oil, there was like more water than oil. So I took the pan off, so we can show you that. And oh, it was so gross in there. But I'm so glad I did take it off, because there was a lot of slime. It never would have been good. But got it back in there pretty. I got a new master cylinder and all new lines. Put new king pins in it. New suspension parts and bushings and such. Greased everything. Let's see what else. Oh, radiator. I bought that radiator from the same guy I bought the wheels from. And I'm guessing that this probably out of a 54 to 55 radiator, and possibly a car. But I had to drill some holes here. I had to drill the hole to make it fit. But it's just perfect, except for here. I had to cut this just so that it would fit right. But that's a really nice radiator, and I got it for like so nothing. I mean, I bought a new radiator from off eBay, and it did not fit. I guess it was for a V8, and they didn't tell you that. They just told you it was for the truck. So I got an aluminum radiator for it that I can't use. I also did all the glass myself. It wasn't that hard. People can trust me. It's not that difficult. You don't have to pay a glass guy. You just, you got to be careful not to use anything metal. If you can help it. I bought a special tool. I probably can't find it. Well, there it goes. Maybe it's in here. There it is. No, yeah, here it is. These are available off of eBay. And this ball is all you need to get that glass and that rubber in. And then use these suckers and stuff. But that little rounded ball will save you a lot of work, and this was only $14, I think, shipped. So then there's another tool that you put this locking strip in. You see, I put the top up here, like so. It's up here, so it's opposite of down there. I'll show you that tool too. It's also available on eBay. And there it is. You put the little metal strip, or not metal strip, the rubber thing in there, and just work it in. It's really simple. And 2 tools, really basically it, and then you do your own glass work. Okay, let's look at the other parts. I got these new doors. We got this bed, started on the bed. That's the first thing I painted, but I'm going to start painting everything, because the weather's really good right now. We got in the 60s. But it's going back down to nothing here soon. I won't be able to paint here, so I'm going to take it in the house. And this is what I did. I tried to paint this with the heater going. And boy, it's screwed up bad. I'm going to have to strip that damn thing and start over. That really bothered me. But you make a few mistakes every now and then. And I'll strip it and paint it in the house. And then this, I find, is the best way to just get the job done quicker. Just put all your parts and stuff that you've gotten off the trucks and just lay them out, and all the bolts and screws and stuff, and you'll have, you can sort through them and get what you need, and you don't have to go searching around in boxes. So I end up with a lot of extra stuff. A lot of this is going to be ending up on the truck. You got all kind of parts over here, new rubber and new door panels. That'll be a while before I get on there. Got these things painted. Got plenty of old oil bath air cleaners if anybody needs any. I really don't have much use for them, but I pick them up when I see them. And those things, they were like $100 off of one of the truck sites, like Chevy Truck Parts of America or something. And I thought that was reasonable. And I'm going to do a separate video on that truck. I built that during the summer. And about this 49 or so truck on this frame. This guy was making a hot rod or something for $300. I mean, I couldn't pass it up. And it's given me a wealth of parts. And it's probably still restorable, but I'm not going to be the one to do it. And then this is, I bought this from another guy off of Facebook near Lynchburg, Virginia. And this gave me the engine and transmission I needed. And this is the old one that was locked up and stuck. The frame is still good, and I'm thinking about putting that cab on this frame to make to sell it so somebody else can do something with it. There's the bed, another hood, inner fenders, and bumpers and doors and stuff I picked up. This stuff is relatively cheap in this bad condition, but loaded up with stuff. And one more up here. Got a couple of Dodge vans this summer. It was pretty nice. I'm going to do a separate video on all these vehicles. So, be looking for that soon. And this up here is a 54, I believe. It could be a 55, but there's just not enough left to it. It's not even a number plate, I don't think. But this is giving me a few parts too. This I got for like $125, so it was a no-brainer. It had doors and pieces. Good steering wheel, and steering column. This thing is really neat, but getting that up might be difficult. Oh, somebody forgot it did have a number plate, but it was like one that put on by the Virginia State Police or the DMV itself. Like they lost the plate. And I don't know how they did it, but of course you never get titles on any of them. I don't know where they all go, but I've never gotten one. Except for the one I'm fixing. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Until next time, it's been a pleasure.